Welcome back, Weebs and Gamers. This is EIJI here, back with another deck profile. Today is my first deck profile for the new Hololive set, Hololive Volume 2. So it's basically going to be sort of updates to old decks, as well as probably at least one new deck. Still deciding which ones I want to make for now. But yeah, definitely going to have probably at least like 2 or 3 deck profiles for different Hololive decks. There's many different decks you can make, probably at least like 5. So I don't think I'll be doing all of them, but I definitely want to do at least like 2. So today is just going to be an update on the Kanata Marine deck, except it's not playing Marine anymore, it plays Gura. The new broken finisher, the finisher that everyone hates. So yeah, so I'll be playing that, and just testing that out for now. I do probably want to test out the standby build as well. But just for now, I just wanted to play the, just kind of the Kanata build, with Gura. So yeah, and I have my, my bra hat here, the, official Bay merch to, go with my mat here and deck box. So first we have, 4 copies of this new, Mio RR Drop Search. So this card is basically an extremely power creeped drop search. It is a come and play. You can check a top 2, and you can either leave as many as you want there, or in rearrange, or just mill them completely, which is crazy. It's just like free mill 2 if you want most of the time. And also it's just a drop search on play and when sent to waiting room. So that's just absolutely broken. It only has 500 attack. I mean, it has so many good effects. I'm not surprised it only has 500, but still, just absolute crazy new good card. And also works very well with a lot of the cards that require like top checks or certain sort of effects that you need to mill, that kind of thing. So just an absolute amazing all around card. And it's green too, so it helps with the green count on this deck. So next we have just 4 of the good old Aqua. So you definitely still probably want to play at least some sort of like Ricky effect in Hololive, because you do kind of want to get to like the later levels faster. So you either play this or the Plus or the new Kanata Ricky, or you know, there's been many different choices you can make. So I'm just playing the Aqua one though, because I do need blue for this deck as well. So for the Guras. And next we have just 4 of the Coco Brainstorm. So this is the Brainstorm that goes with Kanata, of course. So of course you're gonna play this one. Not much to say really. It's just draw Brainstorm and level 1k to the level 3. So just good card. And then we have I have 2 copies of this Coco Clean Cut card. So I kind of wanted another yellow card in the deck, because I don't like just playing like 4 yellow Brainstorms as like my main yellow card that I would put in my level zone, because a lot of the time you want like double Brainstorm and back row anyway, so it's kind of hard to find a decent yellow to put in your level zone sometimes. So I wanted another level 0 yellow card that was also like decently powerful, because a lot of the cards for my level 0 line are like either 500 power or they're Aqua, which is 35 but only in center. So like a lot of the time if they just put like a somewhat stronger character on the side lanes, like I can't kill it like no matter what, pretty much, which kind of sucks sometimes. So I decided to go with the Coco. She's just 3k, clean cut, just super good card. Allows you to like push, build more stock. So yeah, just good card. Next we have 2 of the new Ina Climax Swapper. So this card everyone hates as well, because A, it has a soul trigger for no reason whatsoever. Well, I mean, I guess it's supposed to be like for myth lore that like there's at least one myth card that always has a soul trigger, but like still making a Climax swap level 0 with the soul trigger is too good in my opinion. They shouldn't have done that. And then the last level 0s is just I'll just do these together. It's just 1 copy each of the these Kanata level 0s. So this is like the bonder card to the counter and the level 3. So you definitely want to play at least 1 copy of this. And this card is the come and play. You can choose up to 2 cards in your hand and send them to stock. So it helps you bail you out of bad situations if you don't have enough stock to do something, or if you're winning by a bunch. If you're just crazy over winning, you can just use this to get more stock for extra Gura effects or whatever you need. Normally people play more of this bonder card. I'm personally just not really a fan of this card that much. I find a lot of the time I can just get my level 3s and level 2s like normally most of the time. Like I don't really need to use this. But it definitely is a good card. You probably want to play absolute minimum one of. And then maybe you can fit in like 2 copies if you can find some room. But yeah, I'm just playing 1. Moving on to level 1s. So level 1 is literally just 4 copies of this Ina card. That's it. So she's the kind of the new Accelerate card, because before you kind of just played the Miko Clock Encore card to help you kind of get to level 2 faster. But this Ina is kind of just better, because she's like a climax combo without a climax. She just, you have to accelerate, take a damage, and then she gains the effect of on reverse salvage, basically. And she also has like a top check effect, but it's not that big a deal. But yeah, just on reverse salvage, so crazy good for a non-climax combo card. And then level 2s is just a bunch of counters. So of course you're going to play 4 copies of the Kanata counter. So this is the 3k counter and changes into level 3. So of course just going to max out on this just for consistency's sake. And counters actually are really good right now. A lot of the time in the past, like past years, counters are basically useless for the most part, other than like, you know, fringe counters like money counters or rest counters or that kind of thing. But yeah, so, but now, actually right now, counters are very, very useful to help deny like Alice lanes, deny slime lanes, deny all these like really big level 2 cards that have climax combos. So being able to have just like a 4 copies of a 3k counter in your deck is pretty nice. And Kanata is usually pretty strong anyway. She's usually like 12k if you have just globals in the back row, or if you have like a level 2 back row as well. She's usually like 13k or more. So yeah, just the more counters you have, the better. And yeah, just, and I mean, it's the change card, so of course you're gonna play 4. And then just 1 copy each of the Hachima counter and the Suisei counter. So these ones are the anti-change and the rest counter. Most of the time, I feel you're probably not going to use the rest counter unless you're winning by a lot, because you do want to save like pretty much all your resources for Guras. But it just depends on the situation, right? Like, you know, rest counter is always nice to have, and the same with the anti-change Suisei counter. And then more level 2s is 2 copies of the Gura support. So she just rest herself to draw 1, ditch 1. But normally I would say that's not really that good. But because you do play the Mios, the Mio drop search, which allows you to like scry, look at top 2, and then you can mill them where you want, or just leave them there. So basically it allows you to just like look at your top 2, and then if there's something there that you want, like say a climax or a level 3 or whatever, you can just leave it there, mill the other one, and then just use Gura effect to rest and draw it right away, which is nice. And she's just level 3s in front, getting 2k. And this deck you play basically like all just level 3 attackers after level 2, so you don't play you know, any level 2 combos or anything else like that. So yeah, just very good card. And 1 copy of this Botan. So this Botan is also here for kind of the same combos really well with the Mio drop search, because she can, you know, she's come and play mill 3, and if you mill a climax, you can kill one of your opponent's front rows. Just any character, doesn't matter, level 3 or lower. So yeah, just crazy. And then she also is a bottom deck bomb for higher levels and goes to memory for free. But yeah, so it just allows you to like check 2. If you don't see any climax, mill both, and then just play her, and then mill another 3, and hopefully you had a climax from essentially mill 5 at that point. And you only need to play 1 copy because you can just drop search for her as well. So yeah, just super good card. And then level 3s is of course the 4 copies of the Kanata level 3. So yeah, this card is, I don't know what else to say about this card that hasn't already been said. It's basically just crazy advantage plussing combo. It does go with Stock Soul, which does suck a little bit, and I never really liked the old deck too much, where you played Marin and Kanata, because, like, it definitely was good, don't get me wrong, but it's just how I don't like to play certain climax combos together a lot of the time, and I felt like Gate Stock Soul was kind of, like, not the greatest climax to run in combination. But now that we have Gura, you have Pants instead, which I very much like way more. Pants Stock Soul has always been like really good. I feel it's like the best combination you could ever play with Stock Soul, to be honest, is Pants. So, because just Stock Soul is a climax that you want to play from your hand every time. You never want to trigger it because it's just a crit trigger at that point. So, being able to Pants add it back to your hand as much as possible to play it over and over again is just basically emphasizes what Stock Soul is good at, pretty much. And yeah, just crazy advantage plussing combo, early play heal, just so good. Moving, and then level 3, other level 3s is of course the new broken card, Gura. So Gura is just amazing finisher, probably one of the best finishers in the game. Well, in the specifics of Hololive, because Hololive, they printed a bunch of cards that just have soul triggers for no reason, pretty much. So basically increases the power of this card way more than it should be. Like if you were just playing a card like this in a kind of standard deck that just had like 25 soul triggers in it or even less, then this card would not be very good. But just the fact that Hololive is allowed to play like 35 plus soul triggers in your deck just makes this card way better than it should be, realistically speaking. But have to see if it gets hit or not. I don't really know how they would specifically go about hitting this card. It might actually be one of those cards that they might actually just have to like restrict to 1 or 2 copies. I don't think putting it in a choice of like 3 or 4 would help that much, because Hololive's card pool is just absolutely bonkers. And so even if you had like a choice 3 or a choice 4 or whatever, I don't think they would really care. They would probably still just play this card, you know? So, but if they restricted to like 1 or 2, that definitely reduces the power of it. So, but yeah, just crazy good card, Gura, for a finisher. And then last is just 1 copy of this Watame. So she's just a come and play, pay 1, salvage a climax. So it just allows you to loop your climaxes more. 1 copy of this Hachima. This Hachima is kind of just for the get out of jail free card. If you have some stuff on their, if your opponent has some stuff on their stage that you really don't want to deal with, you can just play this and just like dark hole the whole field. And yeah, so just and plus it's just like a kind of a, on attack pay 2 ditch 2 burn finisher, which is always nice. Like you don't even have to use the first effect if you don't want to. Yeah, and then last card is just 1 copy of the Matsuri stock swap. Pretty much if you're playing yellow, you're always going to play at least 1 copy of the Matsuri stock swap. And then last cards is just the 4 copies of the Stock Soul and 4 copies of the Pants. And that's it, guys. So yeah, just testing this deck for now. I definitely like how it plays. Like I said, I do really like it when I can play Stock Soul with Pants specifically. So yeah, I really like this deck. And the deck still does play 30 soul triggers. I actually mapped it out. So I wanted to have at least like 30 soul triggers in the deck. So it's not quite as much as this broken standby deck, where that deck usually plays at least 35. But, you know, 30 soul triggers, and especially by the end game, you're usually going to have, you know, like some level 0s in level zone, maybe some in play, if you have the Cocoa Brainstorms in back row, whatever, right? So you're not going to have, you're definitely going to have less soul triggers than in your deck than probably soul. Then you'll have more soul triggers in your deck than non-soul triggers, essentially what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, that's it, guys. If you like the deck, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and this is EIJI'S signing out.